What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Downstrats back with another video. Today we reacting to "I Didn't Want to Do This" by Penguins. Basically, Moist Critical versus Sneako. Probably the most randomest internet beef I ever heard about. Never thought I'd see these two worlds collide, but now we have Moist Critical versus Sneako. Apparently, they're in some kind of drama with each other. So today, I kind of want to, me my attention was, it caught my attention. So today I wanted to react to it. Please sure like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Roll to 300 subscribers. Let's get right into the video. To be honest though, before I even start the video, I don't even know what this beef started about. I don't know the first thing about this beef. Like I said, I never thought I'd see these two worlds collide. I've just been hearing people talk about Moist Critical and Sneako has beef. I literally just searched up Moist Critical versus Sneako beef, and this is what I found: a video by the source Moist Critical himself. So today we're gonna react to it.
I mean it when I say I didn't really want to talk about today's topic. It's just some medium rare internet beef that I think is just kind of worthless to go over.
Before the video starts too, it's like before YouTubers start like a beef related video. Is that like a cliche thing for YouTubers to say? I did not want to do this video, but proceed to do the video. Because I don't know. I don't know if it's just a me thing. Well, I don't know. Maybe Sneako said something crazy about him. Because, Sneako do be talking crazy sometimes. So maybe Sneako said something crazy about him and he got to clear his name. But other than that, I'm like, most times, if I don't want to do a video, I'm just not going to do it. But I guess it's coming from the lens of a small creator versus, I believe this guy got millions of subscribers. So
people keep bringing it up to me that I feel I should at least talk about it to some extent.
Well, yeah, that's true too. Maybe so many
people
were bringing them up.
And doggy paddle around for a bit. The main topic involves a banned YouTube creator that I'm sure you've all heard of before. His name is Sneako. A lot of people compared him to like a diet Andrew Tate. He recently got banned.
I'm not gonna lie, he didn't really start he was big before Andrew Tate, so that's why I give him his props. Like he was saying a lot of the things he was saying now before he blew up to what he was. But you gotta call it what it is. Like when Andrew Tate started getting a platform, it's like Sneako amped up his antics a bit. So but the overall comparison to Andrew Tate, I believe Sneako genuinely believes a lot of the stuff he said. So I wouldn't. That's why I never got the whole diet Andrew Tate comparisons, because Moist Critical ain't the first person I heard say it.
And he still does make content elsewhere. And recently he started targeting me because I made jokes about his friends on the Fresh and Fit podcast, whom I think are beautiful clowns that do some very silly stuff that is entirely.
You can't diss Fresh and Fit without the whole red pill alpha male community coming for you. That's the first thing I know, man. Like, you gonna have that whole side of the internet on your head for real. So you made a mistake on that one, even if you disagree with a lot of the stuff they say.
And he started writing their wieners to try and defend a blatantly outrageous story that one of them told about meeting a basketball player at a party, then being invited by that basketball player to a mansion and then fucking a ton of girls at that mansion thanks to the basketball player, which sounds like something a Tumblr account would have made up, and ending with "and everybody clapped." It was such a goofy piece of fan fiction. It felt like he was begging to be humiliated and made fun of. So I started throwing some balls at the clown and dunking them in the tank.
I'm about to say a lot of people was. I remember Playback even made a video clowning this story. Like, there's no way that, because a lot of the things he was saying wasn't adding up. So why I guess because Sneako actually know them is why he didn't really come for their head instead, and he doesn't know more. I don't know, but that would give me more reason to come for them because I know them. I don't know. That's just me though.
And joking about it, and Sneako saw this and he wasn't too happy, so he got offended on his friend's behalf, which of course is a very alpha male thing to do. I know Sneako doesn't like that nomenclature. He never calls himself an alpha male and thinks that it belittles him, but his fan base is and has been red-pilled and thinks of him as like a no-nonsense kind of guy who tells it like it is, a man's man. And yet Sneako cries more than a 12-year-old going through puberty, and has very public temper tantrums like a child who didn't get the Spider-Man toy they wanted for Christmas. So he was upset because I was making fun of them. He then makes a big rant about me, calling me a bitch, saying all kinds of things. He doesn't really make any points. He just insults my appearance a lot and makes very bold assumptions about me not going outside and shit like that, which of course has nothing to do with anything I was saying, nor does it debunk any of my points. Not that I was even really making points, I was just making jokes about a silly fucking story, and he's taking it as if I just gave a TED Talk on monogamy, because for some reason he somehow gets lost in like this Winter Soldier episode, like this delusional fantasy, where he starts making a statement on monogamy, which of course had nothing to do with the video I made.
I'm not gonna say names. Someone texted me. He's in a monogamous relationship. This is his girl.
This is why I understand when YouTubers be like, I'm not putting my relationship on the internet, because like people like that will always hold it over their head. Like the minute they break up, they either really in her DMs heavy, because like if it's like a male centered fan base, like they be in her DMs, or like if they love you as a creator, they sending her death threats because y'all break up, like, you know, that type of thing. Or what Sneako just did, when you get into beef, this is your girl type of, and then it's like, bro, that's like, she has nothing to do with it. Like, so it's like, that's the thing about Sneako as well. Like, when he gets into these like feuds with people, he don't make points. It's just him clowning their appearance or clowning something about them. So it's like, I don't know. That's one thing I don't agree with. Like, attack the points that they're making. Then I could understand the insults after, but you know.
Here you go. I mean, I told you, like, I could hear it in your voice. The fact that someone doesn't have to abide by those rules. Someone could go and fuck a lot of bitches. That it's so foreign to a lot of people's ideas, because when you get brainwashed, when you get told that monogamy is the answer.
What the fuck are you even talking about? What does this have to do with anything? What does bringing up a picture of me and my girlfriend have anything to do with anything that has happened?
Yeah, what I got to do with the overall story that
you're fighting an invisible enemy right now. You're fighting ghosts that aren't real. Like, none of this had anything to do with the video itself of me joking about a stupid fucking story that this guy told.
Somebody say play, like, he could have even clowned. He could have. Matter of fact, if we being real, he could have clowned Low, or matter of fact, he could have clowned Agent for being single. Who knows? He could have clowned that. I mean, I would think that's what he would have went for. Because, like I said, he actually know them, so it's like a beef sparking between them. I mean, a beef between them would be more, you know.
He's been mad ever since, as I understand it. I, of course, don't really watch him, but I keep getting updates on Sneako not being happy, wiggling his finger, saying, I don't really like this Charlie guy anymore for this. Now, like I said, because so many people keep bringing this up to me every day, I felt obligated to at least, you know, talk about this a little bit and engage with the drama, even though I don't really want to. What I do want to talk about, though, is the Black Friday Moist Global merch sale, baby. A lot of great merch on moistglobal.com. Beautiful
we need some
items,
Dimes merch.
and we even have some really fun, goofy ones that are in stock right now. To moistglobal.com.
Shout out to your merch, though, man.
Film that used real children in real, focused on twerking and a coming. I was criticizing a movie called Cuties. For those that don't know, Cuties was a movie that went to Netflix, and it was basically just softcore child porn. It was a movie that focused on twerking and a coming-of-age film that used real children in real positions of, like, sexualization.
I think I heard about this, actually. I definitely heard about this. Like, and this movie got so much backlash from, like, people who watch films on Netflix. I remember hearing about this movie, actually. Don't tell me Sneako was actually defending the movie or something. Please don't tell me that's what happened.
Like a twerking.
I mean, I didn't see the movie.
Cameras that would go like into their ass.
A lot of people were saying this. So
disgusting stuff. And I made a whole video talking about how fucked up it is that not only does it exist, but Netflix has promoted it and it's on their service. Regardless of what the intention was or what the message aimed to deliver from the director,
what was the message
it
of the
completely
movie?
missed the mark. By using real child actors and doing the things that they did in the film, it became a movie that was only enjoyed by legitimate, real, self-admitted pedophiles. And I made a video talking about how gross that whole situation was, and Sneako made a response to it saying that the outrage around this film is misplaced and it's actually a good movie.
Americans are like, this is deplorable. I saw this commentator, Penguin Zero, who I actually like. There's not a lot of good commentators, but he's like, this movie is deplorable. There's nothing good about it. There's nothing, and it's like he didn't even watch the movie. It's just like he only.
Another thing that I noticed about Sneako too, I feel like he tries to have this hot take for this, or this like think outside of the box. I think different. Like, what's the term? He's like a contrarian. That's what it's called. It's like Sneako be this contrarian type of guy just for the sake of it. That's something else that I like. It's certain things I understand. Definitely, some of the stuff he says I can agree with. Definitely think outside of the box. But like I said, we all human, so I'm not gonna agree with everything someone says. Like how he was getting on Agent and Low for saying like they agree with some of the red pill talking the points, but not every. Like, we're human. We're not gonna agree on every single basis. So, but yeah, basically, I feel like some points Sneako make, okay, I can see where you're coming from. But it's like, other times it's like, dude, you're just having a hot take or a controversial opinion just for the sake of having a controversial opinion. And it's, I don't know.
That we're gonna piss him off, or he just got so triggered by the provocative imagery that he just deplorable. Come on, man. Like, don't you see the reasons why she's doing what she's doing?
Sneako has said multiple times, even in his most recent rant, that he does like my content. Though I'm pretty sure he just says that to cushion the blow and like tiptoe around it. Like,
a lot of YouTubers when they in beef, that's something else other than I didn't want to do this video. They'll actually be like, it hurts because I like his content. I like his content. So, like, I don't know. Yeah, I hear that all the time when I'm like, do you really like their content, or are you just saying that to, like he say, soften the blow, or like so the hate don't be as bad? Because it's like, well, he said he liked the content, so I'm not gonna say he's a hater, because obviously he said he liked the content.
Just in case there's anyone in his chat that likes my content, he wants to make sure to not make them upset.
Yeah.
So he makes sure to preface it by saying, well, I actually do like him, but... and then goes on to get super personal about it. This was my first real exposure to Sneako, and it's also the reason I don't care what his opinion is of me, because it's coming from a man who likes cuties. So why the fuck would it matter if he thinks I'm a bitch or anything like that? It legitimately couldn't mean less coming from a guy who openly defends a softcore child porn production.
Okay, if I ever wanted to get canceled, this is the video. I saw Cuties last night, and it was
And then too,
good.
I think another thing, because he talks about cancel culture, getting canceled, or like even before he got banned, he would talk a lot about getting banned one day. It's like I would love to sit down and have a real honest conversation with Sneako, cameras off, so I can really see if some of the things he says he really believes. Because I feel like I said, a lot of it is for the sake of having a controversial opinion, for one, or two, it's like he's testing the boundaries to see how far can he go before he get banned. It's like a little kid, like they do something, they do things to push your buttons to see how far before you actually like discipline them.
Movie. I went in ready to hate like everybody else. I saw the cover and I got clickbaited. So did you. You got clickbaited. The thing about Cuties is it's not an unrealistic film. Like, yes, it shows children in a sexual way, but this is not unusual now. And the people who are really mad about this aren't Gen Z.
Now the reason
Just because something's becoming normal doesn't mean it's right. That's just me though.
showing this isn't just to debate a multiple-year-old Sneako video that he completely ate shit on and had the worst possible take of with this whole cutie situation. The reason I'm showing this is because I haven't liked him since I saw this side of him. I was aware that he made other content, and apparently some of it was pretty good a couple years back, but once I saw this video, it just showed me a really weird.
And then another
guy
thing about
who-
Sneako too, it's like he'll put his opinion like as if it's gospel. Like we all know like that one person who you gotta see things my way or you're a bot. You're wrong. Them are the worst people to debate with. Not only debate with, those are some of the worst people to just have regular, everyday conversations with.
It seemed like really just wanted to be contrarian for the sake of it, and make
said that
terrible
earlier, and I
points
ain't
in
even watched
defense
this
of
video
this
yet.
film for some reason. Like even in your own video, you openly admit right there that yes, it sexualizes children. Full stop. That's not okay. That's a problem.
Yes,
This
but
girl-
it's becoming a norm. Bro, what? Like I said, a lot of things back in the days were normal. But over time, we progressed as people to see it was wrong. Like the way certain households, relationships would run. Like, people evolve and better themselves. And like, you'd be like, hey, a man verbally and physically abusing, like, cause you would see like movies and like not just movies. We know that was reality back then of how the man would talk to his wife, or like you know that type of behavior towards her. We realize over time, like, maybe that's not right. That was a norm back then, but that just because something is normal doesn't. Norm for the time doesn't mean it's always right.
Point, she takes a picture of her vagina and posts it on Instagram. Kids naturally just rebel. I like this movie because it's extremely provocative, but it's realistic. A major criticism of this film was that it's child porn, that they were just showing these kids and that it's gonna bring a bunch of pedophiles in. I don't think so. I don't think so. Not more than anything else that's on the internet now, or not more than beauty pageants in America, which still exist and are exactly what you see in the film.
Do you go to beauty pageants to watch?
I kind of get the point he's trying to make with the whole beauty pageants reference, because it is a overall it is like a exploitation towards children. So I definitely get the point he's trying to make there. So, but still. It's like you're trying to fight for the lesser of two evils. That's what it sounded like, genuinely.
Kids, Sneako? I certainly hope not. Just because the beauty pageants, which are fucked up, completely agree. Just because those exist in the real world doesn't mean that that's justification for this movie. I feel like that should be obvious. You can't use this whataboutism like, oh yeah, Cuties has a lot of sexualization of children, but what about, child beauty pageants? I mean, those are out there in the real world, so what's wrong with Cuties being on Netflix? I won't show you any more from this video, it's dog shit all across the board, but there is one more thing I'd like to highlight. Even when Sneako started to rise to popularity, I didn't pay too much attention because, again, in my mind, he will always be that guy that for some reason fights for this film, which is just fucking weird.
And like I said, I
So
think
he's
it's because everybody was so... Matter of fact, because he was so against, like, the whole... E-dates, because like you bring in these like up and coming OF stars on your platform, and like they promoting themselves heavy, and then half of the audience is children. But this Cuties movie is something that I guess you would say the opposite, but he doesn't see a problem with it. I mean, I feel like that's the closest comparison I could make, because I know Sneako was adamant against the whole E-dates because of that reason. Like, you having ex-OF or like current OF people, up and coming OF people, IG models that's trying to get into OF on your stream, and it's a bunch of little kids, but you're not which I do understand his point when it comes to that, and I'm like, Sneako brought something to my attention I didn't even think about. So that's a prop for thinking outside of the box. But when it comes to this movie, people are just overreacting to you.
Been kind of a weird person to me that I don't pay too much attention to, but I couldn't help but take notice of one of his more recent viral clips where he openly defends getting cucked.
So I wanted to break this down. Like, this was...
I remember watching peer-to-peer is how I found out about Sneako. But I ain't gonna lie, man. I know he because like every time he gets into beef, people hold these moments against him. Because I don't know if it's just something people say because they know anything he says now is invalidated because of these moments. I get it. He was saying it's because he wanted to do whatever he wanted while being in a relationship. So that's why he allowed his girl to do it too. But going as far as to watch is crazy, bro.
Imagine seeing the girl you love like
Get fucked.
get fucked.
You love her?
Yeah, I do. I love it. Yeah, I love her. I was about to say I love this bitch. I'm like, nah, let me not say that. I love my
Queen.
wifey, my queen.
And
Good
you
answer, good
allowed the love of your life to
Queen
get
to get-
fucked by another man.
What happened to the other
Is
agreement?
there,
Why-
is there,
why
is
that
there,
one didn't last?
I'm crazy.
The first time, as soon as I saw it, like 3 pumps in, I just got up and walked out. I can't do that. Like, feeling traumatic thoughts, like seeing her with another person. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I think it's something
Part of me
everybody
too
should-
did not want to believe this story when he was telling. I'm like, ain't no way Sneako really let this happen. Cause, bro, I know there's guys into that, but still, I'm like, but those are typical. I guess because in my mind, like Sneako don't fit that stereotype. But I don't know. Like, I didn't want to believe this story.
I know. You know what?
It is a legitimately super sad thing to sit there and listen to because Sneako is very clearly bothered by that whole situation.
But he's trying to
so he's
convince
trying to
himself
play it
that
off
like it's cool and like I guess because it depends. I guess it also depends like how people view sex. Like some people it's like a very like, you know, intimate act between two, but it's like I guess to Sneako it's just a thing people do for pleasure. But it's also an intimate side to it. Let's
a
be
deeper
real.
message like, no, this is actually a good thing. And, in
And then
fact,
like when he
I
said
recommend-
every guy should try to saying stuff like that too, it's like, bro, no. And you didn't even, from the sounds of it, you didn't even enjoy the experience. So every guy clearly should not try it. It's like when people say things like every guy or everyone should try this, like I say, it's like pushing your lifestyle or your opinion as gospel.
every guy out there try letting their girl get fucked by another man. Then you'll know if it's real, if this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. It is fucking tragic to listen to. Now, I want to be clear, I have absolutely no problem with open relationships. I think everyone should be completely within the right to handle their relationships
Yeah,
however
it's-
they see
it's
fit,
how you
whatever
want
makes
to.
them happiest. Contrary
Like-
to what Sneako thinks about me,
Like, every guy can't be monogamous. Like if everybody was monogamous, there would be so many people that would still be single because more women in the world than men. So it's like a lot. If everybody went monogamous today, it would be a bunch of single women. But I definitely understand the whole idea of open relationship, poly relationship. I feel like, hey, if that's your lifestyle, go for it. But when you start pushing it on others, like, you should try it. I mean, try what you want, but like, you gotta do this. That's when you kind of lose me a little bit. Because, like I said, how every guy isn't meant to be monogamous, every guy isn't meant to be in some kind of poly relationship. Because, like jealousy gets involved. It's plenty of things.
legitimately no issue with open
And, like-
relationships at all. But what Sneako's talking about here isn't so much an open relationship, it's cuckoldry. You have watched your girl get fucked in front of you on at least 2 occasions that he talks about here. And you were right next to her, watching her get fucked, and one time you were so upset about it you had to leave the room after the 3rd pump, you said. You're clearly not really alright with this situation. You're for some reason forcing yourself to be okay.
Yeah, it's like
with
he
it.
was trying to
I'm not
convince
trying to sit
them
here and be an
that
armchair
it's-
psychologist like you try
Yeah, it's like he was trying to convince himself and convince everybody else that.
to do against me during your rants, but it really seems like you don't like it. And yet, for some reason, you're also trying to celebrate it and promote it like a good thing. It's just super sad. Like, if you're fucking other girls and she's fucking other guys, that's one thing, but you being in the same bed that she is fucking another man in and watching her, and then even talking about how, like, upset you were about how much she was moaning and the deep eye contact she was making with the man she was fucking
That's what I was
in
saying.
front
It's
of
an
you.
intimate part
Like,
to it.
you're not really okay with it, it sounds like. So stop trying to pretend to be, and stop trying to make it seem like this is a good, healthy thing for everyone that everyone needs to try. It's just pretty sad. So this is always in the back of my mind when he starts critiquing my relationship, or really any relationship for that matter. Like, what really gives you the right, especially when you're clearly in a very complicated situation in your own mind with your relationship? So, like I said, I didn't really want to talk about this, but he apparently keeps shitting on me.
I guess it was enough
making
fuel
a big
added to the
hoopla
fire,
about
I
it, and
guess.
people keep bringing it up to me. So I felt like I should at least address it in some capacity. So this is me talking about it, and that's about it. So yeah.
Hey man, what can I say? That was a good video. I kind of got it. I never, like I said, I never would have thought I'd see those two worlds collide. I guess it was definitely interesting to say the least. Please show like, comment, subscribe though. Share the video. Road to 300 subscribers. Go subscribe to Penguins as well. And I'm out. Peace.